said, by the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just a quick review for Shaolin versus Wutang 2, the Masters of Martial Arts, I think it's called. I haven't played the first one. I just noticed this on the old PlayStation Store. It's really cheap. It's only $13.99, so it's not expensive at all. As you look quickly, the buttons, you've got one button for punch, one for kick, one for your weapon, and one for dash. You've got a throw, and then your super when you've built it up. So the buttons are really simple, but if you just keep pressing circle to kick, and you press different directions as he's doing these circles, then you pull off loads of really good combinations. Mix it up as well, use your punch and your kick together. It's just crazy. As you can see, there's loads of different modes. Versus training, you got your team battles, the arcade, there's a tournament, which must be the storyline. And also this game is created by a guy, like just one guy. I think he's called Jay Bowman, and it says at the beginning of the game, like at the very on the title screen, it says created and designed by Jay Bowman. So this one guy, and you know when you go to buy a game in the PlayStation Store, and there's like a little information box of like what the game's about, it says in there like he's just put a little statement saying like, I made this game just as a throwback to like nostalgia when Kung Fu was really popular in the 70s and the 80s and stuff, and he's just recreated. He doesn't want any fancy magic or blue flashes coming off your punch and anything like that. I wish there was blood. That's the only thing I wish there was. He hasn't put any blood in it. But there's no fancy magic or anything like that. It's just combat. And as you can see, like on the right-hand side, there's Jackie Chan. And you've seen some of the people out of Bruce Lee's movies. You've got Pai Mei from Kill Bill. There's the IP man. There's, like I said, Jackie Chan. There's Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee. There's just so many different famous people. There's Van Damme, the guy who he fights in the final of Kickboxer, Bloodsport. Sorry, so. It's a shame. I don't know how he's got the licensing, or maybe it's just the lookalikes. He's just spent a lot of time creating these characters to look like the way they are. And also the handicap. If you see the handicap, if you take the handicap down, then your health bar goes down quite quickly. Whereas if you put the handicap right up, it takes a while for you to get defeated. So at first, I was playing with the handicap right down, just to test out the game, and then I've decided it's much better if you actually have the handicap right up, because it means that the matches last longer. But I went into the options and I turned the clock off, so there's no time limit. You know what I mean? So, but what's good about that selection screen is that you get some outfits and different colours for each person as well. So you can have like the top on and off, if they've got any accessories, and everybody's got a weapon, and everybody's got like punch, kick, and you've got a dash with triangle. So if you want to just use your weapon, then you just keep pressing square and move your directions about, and you do different combinations. As you can see, like the graphics aren't amazing, but they're not shit. It is a little bit janky if you look, but once you get used to the buttons, it becomes so addictive. It's just, there's something about just the pure combat of the game which makes it amazing. It's just the winning recipe. It's always that thing of just give what we always wanted, like Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris, you know what I mean, or like Jackie Chan versus Pai Mei from Kill Bill or something like that, or Tony Jaa's on there as well. That's who he's fighting now. with the bones. That's Tony Jaa. I don't know who that ninjutsu, because it only gives you the names of the fighting styles, like Muay Thai versus ninjutsu. They've all got like Tiger Claw and, you know what I mean, Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do, and I think what's his name, Chuck Norris's American Karate. It's called, you know, just stuff like that. So it's fighting styles versus each other, and everybody, like I said, everyone's got a weapon, and the buttons are really simple. When you think, oh, I've only got one punch button, one kick button. But the button system is really good, and once you get used to how the combinations work, then you can just mix it up, punch and kick, dash, use your weapon, do your special move. You've got to throw as well. You know, it's class. The game, for the amount of money it costs, it's just amazing. Honestly, I think this is probably the best fighting game I've played in a very long time, since early days of Mortal Kombat. It gives us that kind of feeling where it's just the pure combat that's happening. It's not like over the top. But it's one of those games where you think, oh, I wish it was a slight better. I think it could definitely benefit from lots of blood. But that's it, you just need blood, you know what I mean? And maybe some more backgrounds, you know, maybe a story mode or something like that. But I hope some game developer picks this up and gets in touch with that Jay Bowman and like gives him shitloads of money so he can make this game into something amazing. I don't know, I just think everything about it's just amazing. I can't really sing its praises any higher than that. My first impressions on this was class, and like I said, it's only 14 quid or 12.99 or 13.99. It's like one of the best games I've played for ages. But I mean, if you were ever a fan of the old like kung fu, Bruce Lee especially, and you know what I mean, I mean, who wasn't a fan of Bruce Lee? But I mean, if you have, it's just, I don't know, I've always wanted a game like this where it's basic combat. You know, it's like you've just got the different fighting styles that are fighting against each other. It's like, I don't know, like I've already said, it goes back to the first days of like Mortal Kombat. Or I forgot, I think it was Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance for the PlayStation 2, it might have been, or the PlayStation 3, I can't remember. But that game was tremendous. I think it was PlayStation 2. That one was where you could change the stance. So every character had two fighting styles and a weapon. So as you're doing your combinations, you could tap, I think it was L1, and you would change your fighting style halfway through to your next fighting style and continue the combo, and then you could change again to your weapon and finish the combination off with a weapon attack. Like, that was one of the best Mortal Kombat games ever, that. But this is one of those games where it feels like that, where you've got total control, even though it's just, you know, it's like just one button to punch, one button to kick, one button to dash, and one button to use your weapons. But it's still got a quite intricate fighting system. That's what I like about it. The backgrounds are quite good. You know, they're not totally shit. The music's good as well. It's like a real throwback to, you know, like the 70s kind of music. I think it's actually got real licensed music. That's one of the things it has got. But see, I'm just using square here. I'm only using my weapon. That's the only thing. But it's a lot like Mortal Kombat. It's a lot like timing. You can't just go in there and start tapping your buttons. You've got to wait for the opportunity to attack. You've got to be able to, you know, defend, dodge out the way. If you double tap dash, you'll do like either a front flip or a back flip or like a double dash away from them. So you've got opportunities to move and move out the way. See, that was me grab there to win the match. But you can have it like first one to win, or you can have it best out of 3 or best out of 5. Obviously you can turn the time off, which I've done. You can take all the hood off, but I had it on at this time just because I wanted to know how everything worked. Once you get comfortable with the game, then you can take the hood off, and it looks a lot better when there's nothing on the screen. The only thing I had trouble is knowing when your super is filled up enough for you to, you know, use it. That's the only time. But apart from that, I would go and buy this game, definitely. It's cheap as fuck, and it's absolutely amazing. You won't be disappointed, I promise you. That's it. See you there.